name is Shauna. I am from Freiburg, Maine, and I am currently a backcountry caretaker for the Appalachian Mountain Club here in the White Mountains. And I basically just take care of the facilities in the area and educate people and help out the campers that are overnighting here. I've had prior experience in like all sorts of realms. I've had a lot of backpacking experience on the Appalachian Trail. I know the trails around here growing up in the area, and I was also on a trail crew in Glacier National Park, so that enabled me to have a lot of the skills that are kind of required for this type of job. So what made me want to do this job is when I was on a trail crew in Montana, I found that there was only so much digging in the dirt that I could do until I wanted to have a conversation with someone. And so this job really does both of those aspects for me. I can do trail work half of my time, and the other half of my time I am educating people, I'm talking to people, and I'm a friendly face of the AMC for people coming in and out of the area. Our main focus and our main goal is to just always leave the place better than how we found it, whether that's when we're cleaning the cabin to go on our days off, leaving it better than how we found it for our rotators, leaving the bathrooms cleaner, making hiking around here maybe just like a little easier, a little more doable. Yeah, and just fixing up the facilities, just making things better than how we found it. Yeah, this cabin's really neat. It's got everything you really want. It's got a ton of books, a composting toilet, a lot of very cool trinkets, logs from past caretakers. There's just a very cool feeling about this place. It just makes you feel like you're a part of a bigger thing because there have been a lot of caretakers through here. People have been taking care of this building and this area, and it feels really cool to also be one of those caretakers, to be a part of this really cool culture. And I want to leave my own little trinkets behind in this cabin so that the caretaker next season can see it and feel it too. The stints up here are 1 week on, 1 week off, and it's an interesting job because you're solo up here. No one's necessarily telling you to get up and work. You don't have very typical work hours. You're technically always on for search and rescue purposes. It totally varies. Some days I have enough energy to work all day on a trail work project. Like currently I'm trying to build a big bog bridge. Maybe I ended up working like 10 hours on that bog bridge. Between that and checking in campers, the next day I might take the day and just hike around and pick up trash on the trails or something like that. And there are also facilities around here. There are bathrooms, there are composting toilets. A lot of the lean-to shelters need constant upkeep. Things break occasionally, so every day really varies, but I try to keep it a good, healthy balance for myself so that I can also have enough energy at the end of the day if there is a search and rescue. My favorite part about this job is getting to feel like an actual trail steward and really having a direct impact on the environment. I work solo, so I kind of am able to pick out a project for myself most of the time and be like the lead on that and really feel like I'm making a direct impact, and being able to see my work progress throughout the season is super cool. You definitely kind of feel like your own boss, which is a really cool responsibility, especially someone my age. I definitely love this area because I get to interact with so many unique people. I've met all sorts of very cool families, kids that come through here that are just going after these mountains, all the way to like college students who are just hanging out for the weekend. And it's really cool to just talk to everyone and like hear what their story is and things like that. There is a moose that lives around here. It's a mom and her baby, and they come around pretty often because they like the lakes in the area. So that's pretty cool. I've gotten to see them quite a bit this summer, which has been awesome. So this area is pretty interesting because we are about 2.5 miles to the nearest parking lot, and right at a pit stop of the highest mountain in New England. So this area is a super duper hot spot. People are coming through here all the time, especially on the weekends in the summer. So there are a lot of very different people coming through here, all the way from like very, very elite and athletic to just doing nature trails around their area in Massachusetts and not really knowing the terrain or not really educated with the area. So there is a problem that occurs pretty often with hikers just not being educated enough with the area, not knowing that they have to pack out all their trash, especially their toilet paper, all things that you don't consider when you're not used to the area or like the backcountry. So I think that's probably like the main area that I run into. Sometimes with campers, they won't be aware that we can't have fires in the area, and they'll also kind of leave their trash, just not being aware of like leave no trace principles, I guess, is like the main issue. It's so crucial to just educate yourself with leave no trace. Whenever I go for my days off, I have to hike out my trash and also all the trash that people leave me for the whole week. And sometimes I can't fit it in my backpack. People will leave their shoes in the middle of the trail, t-shirts, hats, water bottles, lots of toilet paper on the side of the trail. And yeah, things ranging from that to like just not feeding the wildlife or just not having a campfire, respecting other visitors. It's just so crucial, especially in the world we live in now. Like, I think that we just need to preserve what we can of forest areas, especially ones like these, because if we keep messing around and not being educated in them, like they're very quickly going to be taken away from us, I think. The mountains for me have never been a playground, I guess. It's been so much more like I just love to sit in the forest and just take it all in and listen to the birds and just like appreciate every tree, and it just makes you feel so small out here, thinking about how the nature just is like in full collaboration with itself all the time, and it's going on, it's happening all around us. And I just really appreciate the forest for letting me walk on its trails and letting me be a part of like this experience. It's really cool to live in the woods and work in the woods and get paid for it.